NCAA tournament has been stealing the thunder of campaigns that are underway for the spring election. Races include a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, as well as a constitutional amendment to change how the Chief Justice of the court is selected. Political reporter Jessica Arp talked to both candidates about what's at stake.
In what's been a rather low-profile race for Supreme Court, longtime Rock County Judge James Daly is challenging 20-year Supreme Court Justice Ann Walsh Bradley for her seat.
She's a judicial activist. She has written decisions and voted for decisions over the last 20 years that I disagree with.
Daly, who is also a former district attorney, claims Bradley has let her political opinions influence her decisions on the court, including on voter ID and Act 10.
I don't believe that justices should substitute their personal belief on policy decisions for that of the legislature unless it truly is unconstitutional.
One of the reasons I'm running for re-election is to stand up and say no to the influx of political parties in judicial races.
But Bradley charges that Daly has inserted partisan politics into the race, taking donations during the campaign from the Republican Party, and that she's strived for bipartisan support since her first election.
That morning after I won the election, the Journal-Sentinel reported, if she said it once, she's said it 100 times. Keep partisan politics out of the judiciary.
The candidates also disagree on a constitutional amendment on the ballot that would make the Chief Justice an elected position.
We use seniority now. The seniority system does not provide accountability of the Chief Justice to the other justices.
You shouldn't be using that as a tool for political payback because you don't like a particular justice's decision. That's not what constitutional amendments should be for.
One thing the candidates do agree on is that the stakes are high in this election.
You got to build bridges, not burn bridges up there. And that's what we've had the last 20 years. Let's change it for the next 10 years.
If Chief Justice Shirley Abrahamson is removed as Chief Justice by means of the April 7th ballot, if I'm defeated, that will change the trajectory, it'll change the composition, it'll change the balance of the Wisconsin Supreme Court for decades.
In Madison, Jessica Arp, WISC News 3.
The election is next Tuesday, April 7th, and turnout is expected at about 20%. You do not need a photo ID for this election. If you have any election-related questions, head to channel3000.com for answers. And Tuesday night, we will post complete election results online.